We are back again, Babugile Makaya, and you are still tuned into the only entertainment show that matters on a Friday at 5:30. It is This Weekend Eswatini, and we are still here dishing out a nice man. And speaking of things that are very, very nice in the kingdom of Eswatini, we are now joined by Sasha Thorne, who is the Luju Culinary consultant, and she is here to tell us about the culinary program that is taking place at Luju, where there is a cook-off. You get to see your faves, and she is going to delve into that because I'm too excited, but I can't give you all the details. She is here joining us. Welcome to This Weekend Eswatini.
Thank you.
Firstly, just to start off with, Luju is a very diverse festival. It gives us music, it gives us fashion, everything to see, but most importantly, it gives us food, because who wants to go to an event, alambile? And now there's this concept that has been introduced where there is a cook-off, which is very, very exciting for food fanatics, people who love to, see new things. Can you tell us what the purpose, as the one who founded this whole concept, the purpose of the culinary program is, and most importantly, the cook-off that takes place at the Luju Festival?
Thank you so much. Yes, so the Luju Culinary Program is really cemented on our ethos as part of the Standard Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival, which is a return to the African future. It was very important for us to come up with a platform where we could celebrate our culinary heritage, to look at ways in which we could explore our food culture, to look at ways in which we can expose people who are already maybe trying to have a foot in the door in the industry, to see how we can elevate that. And also just for people who love food, who want to enjoy it amongst themselves and with friends, to be able to have a platform where they can interact with other people like-minded food enthusiasts. So really that's what the Standard Bank Luju Food and Lifestyle Festival is about, on the culinary aspect of things.
Yeah, and what you have done, most importantly, which is what we always say here on This Weekend Eswatini, we are 100% local, and we support local brands and people doing, big things in the kingdom of Eswatini. You have engaged 100% local brands in sponsoring the pantry for the cook-off. Can you tell us what was the purpose of doing this? You could have pulled in many other, but you decided, no, we need to keep it in.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it just goes back to what I mentioned about a return to the African future. I think more than anything, it's about realizing the wealth that we have in our own soil, not just locally in the context of Eswatini, but Africa as a whole. I think that if you go into rural communities, you find people that produce food, organically, and have been doing so for many generations. And it was so important for us to basically highlight that in our culinary cook-off competition. And so we partnered with Pick and Pay, who've come on for the second time as a sponsor. And we're looking at in store, what are the brands that they have that are sourced locally? How do we actually bring that to the fore so that people really understand when they walk into the shop, what is it that they should really strive to be supporting? Because it comes back to, support the local economy. Food is so much for us as Emaswati. It's heritage, it's wealth, it's a currency, food is medicine, it's so many things. So it was really important for us to be able to work with locals and make it accessible. As mentioned, to really highlight the need for us to be supporting local growers and producers and service providers. I think on the whole, our mandate is really to elevate and to basically give a bit more quality service and produce within the culinary industry of Eswatini, and so that we are industry players, amongst the top, culinary spaces in the globally.
And now you have returned to the people to say, nangabe wena uyapheka at home, or you are really trying, as you have mentioned in the beginning, that you want people who want to establish themselves in the culinary space. You introduced, and I quote, homegrown cooks who can whiz up some Afrofusion flair in the kitchen. That is what you are looking for. And the key thing there is Afrofusion. Can you just briefly explain to us, what do you mean by Afrofusion? Is it matumbu? Is it inhloko? Because it can be confusing to someone who doesn't know cooking or culinary terminology.
Right. It's really, if you break down the term, it is exactly what it says. It's African fusion. It's an African food, food with an African background, food that has a traditional connotation, but that is fused with modern sort of techniques and flavors. So you come into this melting pot of traditional ingredients and tastes and techniques, and you fuse that with other modern influences. It's something we would loosely say, it's traditional food that went to Harvard. So we really want people to explore that theme and actually think outside of the box. Traditionally, you have, your pap and your makaya chicken, but how do we take it up a notch? How do we elevate that dish? How do we fuse that with other flavors? Because in our everyday life, we borrow from Western culture, but we want to actually hone it in and bring it back home and say, no, traditional food is actually versatile. You can do so much with it. It's not only one way to cook ipalishi, So we want people to be creative in that space and really think outside the box. So that's what Afrofusion really means for us.
And I think the most spectacular thing that you have done is bringing our faith, well, my faith, because but someone that is loved all round and who is very much seen in the cooking space. He's a food enthusiast. I'm talking about none other than Somizi Mhlongo. Why have you chosen to pull him into this whole cook-off experience? And of course, kune competition lana. After that, what will be won? Because there's lots and lots of money. Now you're like, no man, I can do this. You do stand a chance to be a part of this. So no one is small, no one is big enough. So please do. But Sasha will explain everything because she knows better. Can you just tell us firstly why Somizi Mhlongo this year?
Yeah, no, it's really exciting that we have Somizi joining the cooking demonstration at the Pick n Pay Luju Cook-off this year. It was really a no-brainer. We really admired his love for food, particularly traditional food. We feel like he's been such a great influence in elevating traditional food and bringing it to the fore so that people actually appreciate it. Obviously he brings his humor, it makes it really relatable. And it's been really humble of him to say that he's not a chef, and in this competition, we're not looking for people that are established chefs, that feel like they've done taken culinary courses and done really been influencers in the space already. But just to say, if you're cooking, if you're a food enthusiast or a home cook, this is your platform, and you're looking at someone like Somizi who's been able to build a brand and a career from just his love for cooking is really inspirational. So it was so important to get someone that others can relate to, somebody who was accessible, who shares the same background, like African background, and is cemented in traditional and culture, especially in the culinary space. So that's why really we wanted to have him on board, and we're so happy that he's part of this platform this year. But we'll speak more on the cook-off. But if I can touch on that, this year, again supported by Pick n Pay, we're looking for a home cook, somebody who's already working within the culinary space that just wants to elevate themselves, their brand, just also for personal growth. If you're looking to be the next, Pick n Pay Luju Cook-off Master Chef, this is your chance to join the competitions. Applications are already open. We have amazing prizes to be won, as you said. And obviously, it is also an opportunity for, the cooks to interact with people like Somizi who are in the space, to share ideas, to have sort of like a masterclass, if you may, from, experts themselves, and to also tap into the industry and see who are the local producers, what are the opportunities that are available for them to work with local producers in order to grow themselves as a brand. So it's really important that people apply. The pantry is obviously available in Pick n Pay stores, and we have a QR code that is available for people to tap and get to download the form. Also on the Luju website, we have that available. If you click on Afrofusion, it will take you to the form. So it's really important that people apply and really be part of this really amazing experience.
All righty, thank you so much. And I know that you do have a glimpse of what is taking place as the preparations leading to the actual date for Luju. Can you please just let us in? How are the preparations coming along? Should Emma's idea already excited.
Yeah.
Should we be more excited?
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. I mean, the festival is growing each year, and you know, it's much like other events in that space of at House on Fire. It's not entertainment for entertainment's sake. You know, we're always looking at ways in which we make it meaningful. I mean, this time, you know, we're really always trying to speak to, you know, poverty alleviation through this process. We're looking at food supremacy. We're looking at an inclusive economy, even just talking to, you know, grassroots farmers and rural communities. So this year, it's really important for us to highlight that so people can expect to see that. But also, I mean, with the cook-off, we have pre-activations before the festival. So we will even have a cook-off before the actual cook-off.
Yeah.
So as we go through the elimination process, like right now, we'll get the applications in and we'll narrow it down to 5 contestants, which will then go and actually have a cook-off at Sage Cafe in Malkerns. On the 17th of September. So that's also an opportunity for people to actually come and see how it's done. You know, we have amazing prizes. We've got amazing partners coming on board. Yeah, I think it's just so exciting to see that obviously with the culinary demo, with our celebrity chef, that's really exciting, something we didn't have last year. So many things in store, even in the traders space, a lot of really amazing traders coming in and a lot of activations from different partners. That people can expect. It's really going to be a savory experience. Yeah,
I am definitely looking forward to that, and thank you so much, Sasha, for joining us today. Never get Nani Babugele Makaya. She is saying nangabe nawe uthi uyiphethe le Afrofusion, sicela nje usukume uthathe iqingo lakho ubone ukuthi apply kanjani. Sifuna ukubona ucoba wenda timvo takho wena lapho